Hello, I'm Rachel Franks and I live, work and write on Gadigal land, the place now known as Sydney. I've always found joy in books, and as a librarian I've seen firsthand over and over how books can change people's lives. This World Book Day, I'm not going to declare a favourite book. I don't have a favourite book, but I have lots of books that I go back to, and this is one of them. This is Meredith Lake's The Bible in Australia, and it's an amazing piece of scholarship and writing, and it talks about a set of texts that some Australians choose to live by and others wouldn't even give it a second thought. This is a cultural history of the Bible in Australia, and Meredith talks about scandals and controversies and passion and how different people have used this book, this Bible, from Bible bashers through to trade unionists, and how it still influences our lives today. It's a great read. My reading rituals vary a lot. So if I'm reading for work, you'll find me at a desk and I'll have lots of pens and post-it notes and notepads, and usually many more than just one book at a time. If I'm reading for pleasure, you'll more likely find me in a comfy chair and a glass of wine not too far away. I try and read ebooks or have a cheap paperback with me if I'm doing a commute. My ebook reader always has lots of history titles and a phenomenal amount of crime fiction and true crime to keep me occupied. I try and make time to read every day. It may not always be a book, it might be a blog instead, but I always try and read something that's not an email. Today I'm reading Agatha Christie's Death Comes as the End. It was first published in 1944, but it's actually set in Egypt in 2000 BC, which makes it the only Christie story that doesn't unfold in the 20th century. I'm only a few pages in and I'm already missing her fabulous Art Deco settings and her sprawling country estates, but I am enjoying being with someone I consider an old friend and reading something new. Although I do think that she's going to be up to her usual tricks, and there's no way I'm going to guess who the murderer is until I actually get to the end. Executioners used to be a vital component of the justice system in New South Wales. Even as our appetite for a state-sanctioned violence waned, we still relied on someone who was handy with a rope. We still needed a hangman. Robert Nosy Bob Howard used to be a household name, but now the longest-serving executioner for New South Wales is largely forgotten. Yet he is a vital chapter to the history of Australia and capital punishment and what we thought was too much or over-punishment in our state. My new book, An Uncommon Hangman, tells the story of life, death and radical social change. And I've told this through the 61 men and the one woman who met Nosy Bob under the worst possible circumstances on a scaffold in New South Wales. Nosy Bob operated between 1876 and 1904, an extraordinarily long time to be a social outsider, the bottom rung of the social ladder. And it might seem strange, even now with the death penalty behind us, to want to spend time with a hangman, but I invite you to come and meet Nosy Bob. I think he'll surprise you.